G'day, Steeler Nation. Welcome back to Steeler Nation Australia. And today, guys, we are talking about the Bengals being overrated. And I believe the Bengals are the most overrated team in the AFC. Guys, if you like my content, if you see me a million times before, if you're a returning viewer, hit that sub, hit that like. Come and join the Steeler Nation Australia Army. Look, no, I'm not that guy. But seriously, guys, hit that sub, hit that like if you enjoy the content. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. I believe I'm on 940. So if you like the content, if you've seen me before, you've seen me on YouTube 3 or 4, 5, 6 times, and you're like, I've watched this guy's videos a few times, but I haven't hit the sub, all you got to do is hit that sub, and it would help me out a lot because I'm trying to get that to that big goal of 1,000, and I would appreciate it a lot. So hit that sub. But let's get into the theme of the video. We are talking about the Bengals being overrated. Now, I talked about this at the start of the year, and a lot of Bengals fans went right after me. You don't know what you're talking about. We went to the Super Bowl. We're one of the best teams. Got Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. We have a really good defense, yada, 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 yada. And, of course, the Steelers snuck away with a win, and the Bengals bungled it, right? But I want to go through, like, the standings and some other teams and how I think they're overrated. And the reason why I think they're overrated is because the fan base, the media, they all say the Bengals are one of the best teams, but their record doesn't show that, and teams who they've beaten doesn't show that either, right? But let's go through some other teams and their record and like where they kind of stand or what their identity is, okay? What is their identity? Now, of course, the AFC East this year is pretty massive. Dolphins 7-3, Tua without 3 games. Tua missed 3 games. They could be 10-0. They're one of the best teams in the NFL, if not the AFC. The Jets came out of nowhere this year. They're 6-3, got a really good defense this year. With a young quarterback in Zach Wilson. The Bills, of course, too. They're always a threat, 6-3. The Patriots are like a mid team. You know, no one's going to say the Patriots are overrated. If anything, they're probably underrated, right? So this is why I'm saying the Bengals right now are the most overrated team in the AFC. Let's move on forward to the AFC South. Titans are playing good football, 7-3. The Colts aren't playing as they expected, but they fired their head coach. They're in a lot of trouble, right? The Jaguars, of course, always that cellar dweller, 3-7. And the Texans can't get out of their own way, 1-7-1. They're an awful team. So none of those teams are really overrated. They're all playing, the Titans are playing good football, and the rest of the South are really bad teams, right? So you know, all these Bengal fans, all the media who are choosing the Bengals this week to beat the Steelers, you know, in my opinion, they're the most overrated team in the AFC, for sure, right? Let's move into the AFC West. The Chiefs, 7-2. Chargers are like mid-tier. Like, are they a good team? Are they not? They're hanging around the 5-4, a bit like the Bengals. The Broncos, 3-6. Of course, they were meant to have a big season. However, Russell Wilson and their offense can't score any points. They're going backwards. And the Raiders are an abysmal team. Absolutely abysmal team, 2-7. Now, this brings us to the AFC North with our Steelers and the Ravens and Browns too in our division, right? In the AFC North, the Ravens are 6-3, Bengals 5-4. Browns 3-6 and Steelers 3-6. And what you see there, guys, is 2 teams, the Browns and the Steelers, 3-6. Right? We've been playing bad. The Steelers have been playing very, very bad. I did a video 2 or 3 weeks ago. Are the Steelers the worst team in the NFL? They're playing really bad, right? So we're not overrated. The Browns aren't overrated, being 3-6. The Ravens aren't overrated. They're playing some good football, good defense, and they can run the rock with Lamar Jackson in their running game. They're not overrated. Which brings us to the Bengals being the most overrated team in the AFC conference. It has to be, because they're the Super Bowl champions, all the hype, all the media, all the dramatization around them with Burrow and you know, just all these kinds of things where the Bengals are the new team, the new guy, and they're 5-4. But I want to show you something. The Bengals have beaten, right? This is their first, I believe, first 8 games or so, right? The Bengals, to get 5-4 record, the Bengals have beaten the they have lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers 23-20, all right? They lost to the Cowboys 2017. Now, they beat the Jets. Fair enough, we'll give you that one. They beat the Dolphins, however, right? However, when they beat the Dolphins, Tua went out with an injury. And we all thought that was life-threatening injury. They won that game. Now, yet again, they lost against the Ravens in Baltimore, 1917, which makes them 0-2. They beat the Saints, they beat the Falcons, and they beat the Panthers. Do you guys see a running theme here? They've beaten the NFC South, Saints, Falcons, and the Panthers. Okay. And they've lost to the AFC North, Steelers, Ravens, and Browns. Do you guys see that? You see that running theme, right? You see that running theme. That's why they're overrated. Now, they've taken care of the NFC South. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers still have yet to play the Falcons, the Panthers, and we have wins over the Bucks and the Saints. Do you not see the similarity? The Bengals are overrated and the Steelers are underrated, right? So in this visual, the Browns beat them 32-13, the Ravens 19-17, and they lost to us 23-20. If the Steelers win this weekend, right? If they win this weekend, the Bengals will go 0-4 in the division. And that's terrible, right? But let's look at their schedule coming up. So you have the Pittsburgh Steelers, of course, tomorrow. Then they got to fly to Tennessee. That's a hard game. It's a very hard game. Tennessee Titans have won 7 games. Hard game. The KC Chiefs. So 4 games in a row are pretty hard. Pittsburgh Steelers at home, Color Rush, Tennessee Titans, Chiefs, Cleveland Browns have their number. I believe Joe Burrow has never beaten the Browns. I'm pretty sure he's never beaten the Browns, right? They have their number. Tampa Bay, that's Tom Brady coming into some winter football. New England Patriots at home is a hard game. Buffalo Bills, then the Ravens. There's a chance that these Bengals may not even win 2 games or 3 more games. They could finish the season 8-9 and miss the playoffs. This is the most overrated team or Bengals team I've seen in a very long time. If you guys agree with me, put in the chat. Do you guys believe that the Bengals are overrated? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Anyways, guys, I'll get out of your hair. It's been a fun episode. I've got the Steelers winning today or tomorrow, 31-13. I actually think the Steelers show up, show out, play some big-time football, and they win 31-13. And look, guys, if any Bengals fans come in the comments, your team's overrated. You're nothing. You're absolutely nothing. You haven't won anything in a long time. What, Super Bowls at 0-3, and you're losing in your division. You've lost 3 games to your opponents, Ravens, Browns, and Steelers, and the Steelers are going to make it 0-4, and you're going to fall to 5-5. I'll see you later. Enjoy the game.